So here we have, guys, American Adj Pro Shelf, an aluminium corner unit for the American Adj Pro event table. Actually, if you have anything similar to the Equinox foldable, the Gorilla foldable, or the American Adj foldable, or anything under that disguise, because they all come out from the same place, this is a corner unit. It comes in silver. I sprayed it black, and I'm going to see how it works. So to fit it, it's pretty straightforward. If you can see, it goes on the outer lip there, and if I just move the thing out a bit, sorry, it's all one hand here, there we go, it's done. And I've got the other one fitted here. First thing to point out is that it makes it very rigid. So if people trying to move this, it's very rigid, particularly on the sides. I may repeat that again, but this is the American Adj product. It's less than 30 English pounds, and it's quite a versatile thing. First of all, it makes it more rigid. Second thing, you can probably put fixtures on either corner. How about putting a fixture on it? Now this spheron doesn't move, it just spins, so it's pretty sturdy. It doesn't move at all. I'm just trying to, but I suppose you can always put a bolt or drill through the underneath if you want to keep it secure. Will people come along and knock it? I don't know. But you could put a fixture on it. Sometimes you don't have the width to put something like a totem here. That's a problem sometimes I have. So if you haven't got the width problem, you can put something like there. You can imagine putting a second one on there. There's an idea. Something like that. One either side. I don't want to get the second one out. I've got one out from the lockup, but in fact, looking at that, it looks like it's tilting to the right, that light. But anyway, you can put another one there. A fixture like this. This is the Gobo, the Charvet Gobo projector. The reason this works is because it's got a double, I think they call them double yokes, but it's got two stands here. So it stands still. I can still move it up or down, or left to right. On that wall, I can make it go on the ceiling. There, against that wall there, by just moving it and panning this up and down. You can see that left to right. You can also thread the mains cable through this little gap here, otherwise it will come through the back. If I just do it on there, it's not moving. It's not moving anywhere. Obviously, if people want to come along and push it over, but they could do that on the T-stand anyway. But you can also keep your eye on it. So there's one. There's another. Well, you can use a shelf. I've put my NE1 controller here as an example. It's got feet on it, rubber feet, so it ain't going to slide away. You can use that. Maybe if there's an extra shelf. Does that look strange to the public, having your controller there? Don't think it looks much. Most people won't know what it is, I don't think. So if I walk around this side, sorry, as an example, then if you're using your controller, because normally there'll be a shelf here, for me will be my CD and mixer unit, and my box of CDs will be here, and I'll have a lower shelf, which, depending on what system I'm using, but if I'm using a bigger system, that'll be spare, and the controller will be lower. This way it's a bit higher, and I can see, probably a bit easier actually, where I can see what I'm doing. I don't think the public pay much attention to it. You can control it, or any DMX controller. I don't know if you want to put a laptop here, but you can, if I just take this off just for a moment, if I just take this off a second, you can always, if you've got another fixture, you can always drill through here and then come through here and put your fixture, screw your fixture in. And this is pretty straightforward how it fits on, you know. Also what it does, it makes it a bit more rigid, Because one of the problems with these stands is that people lean on it and they sort of collapse, but it actually makes it a little bit more rigid. I'm sorry about the camera work, I just set it up in the living room. So it makes it a bit more rigid, you know. So that goes on there. Sorry, it's a bit straightforward, just slips on. But it makes it a bit more, you know, normally with these things, I've had it before, where people lean. Now I've seen some guys, what they do, they put some strapping around the side and the inside onto a stand or something to make it a bit more rigid. I've seen some guy who made something to go, a clip to go on here. I know some of these stands do have an internal clip, but these Equinox, Gorilla, American DJ stands, they probably all come from the same factory in China, so they're all got to be very similar. But putting these brackets on either side, you know, it does make it a bit more rigid, I must say, particularly on the sides when people come around the sides and lean on. Now, I did read a comment somewhere on one of the YouTube clips regarding this, is that people may use it to put things on. The temptation to put something on it. Well, that may be true, I don't know. But if you had, I had the sphere, if I had one sphere on there and one sphere on there as an example, then obviously they're not going to be able to put anything on it. If I put something on there like a DMX controller and leave that blank, then the temptation is to put something there. But I don't know yet. But this is something that American DJ came up with. Now it is silver when you got it. I just did a coat of paint. First time I ever spray painted any metal. It's not that bad. People won't see it anyway. Most rooms are dark. But I think two things. First of all, it does make it a bit more rigid. It does make it a bit more, you know, firm. Not worry about, particularly on the sides, because what's happening, that's pushing against the other plate here. If somebody really wanted to push this over, then somebody can really push it over. Can't they? They ain't going to stop that. But if you've got problems with space, like you have, I said, you haven't got space on the left or the right, you can always put light fixtures on here, You can always drill through and screw in the fixture from the top, bolt it through, like moving heads or any effects, because they only have the one bracket or bar. The Charvet Gobo projector had two, well, I think two yokes, I think they call them yokes, so able to stand without any problem at all, and the spherons have a base, so there's no problem with that at all. But there's something, and for 30 English pounds, less than 30 English pounds, I got it from Get in the Mix. Excellent service. Never had any issues with them at all. Delivered them in a couple of days. So I'm going to sign off now, leaving you with American DJ Pro Shelf. 1, 2. You buy them in pairs. They come in an aluminium finish. $6.99 for a primer, grey primer, and I think it was $7.99 for the black spray from Halford's, Halford's own brand. It's in a matte rather than a gloss, and yeah, it'll probably chip away over a period of time if you bubble wrap them so they don't hit each other. But what do you guys think?